Oh my God, your poor dad.
Welcome back to Your Poor Dad. You can't choose your sisters, but you can choose your podcast. So thank you for joining me, us, and being the fourth Francis.
Oh, wow. It's Bailey's
Thank you
podcast
for
now.
joining my show, everyone. Wow.
Oh, Bailey, it's your show now?
I
So
guess
you're
so.
going to you want to start editing?
No.
Well, she still has a job.
LOL.
That was funny though.
That was good.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you
Thanks
for joining me.
guys.
And me.
And me.
you.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing today?
Honey, I'm okay. I can feel a little period start to come on.
Same.
I am definitely PMSing. I'll start my period like next week. Probably right when this comes out.
Amazing. Hopefully.
I'm on the tail end of mine, which is like, she's always like a welcome visitor. I don't not want her to come, but it's also never that pleasant when she's here.
Well, for me, I have this theory that I have a bad ovary and a good ovary. And every other month I have like, normal period symptoms and then terrible period symptoms. So I'm scared that one day, if I do, God willing, bear children, that I'm going to get an egg from
The bad one?
bad ovary, and that will be fertilized, and then that will be my demon child.
Or maybe your ovaries are Geminis, and then you'll drop an egg from either one, and then you'll have little twin babies, and one's a good one and one's a bad one.
Yikes.
Could
That
happen.
sounds really
Stressful?
like a lot of work.
I mean,
I can barely handle myself.
I don't think anyone does motherhood because it's easy.
Yeah. I wouldn't know.
Me neither.
Me neither.
Yeah. So I'm just like sitting here and I'm so bloated, and I'm going to Miami on Thursday with Senor Roberto, which I brought over some little C's bunnies that the Roberts family sent to us.
I know. Shout out to Mr. Roberts Sr. and Mrs. Roberts. Thank you very much for the little chocolate bunnies.
I know. And it's C's. C's is good.
I know. I took a little nibble out of the ear and then put it in the refrigerator so I can eat it after we record.
I took a huge chunk out of that ear before I got here because I'm, as you can tell, a little PMSy. And everyone just kind of like pissing me off today, which is like not out of the norm. But I went to the nail salon, and my nail technician could not have more of an attitude.
Well, I kind of felt like that yesterday. I got my nails done. They're red.
Red.
Because Loving Him was red. Just kidding. I just wanted red. But it was like they did not like that I was there. One girl started doing my nails, and then another guy took over, and then another guy took over. I've never had 3 different people.
Yeah.
So I just felt like an inconvenience.
And it's like, that is the thing about nail salons. Like, they love to make you feel like they don't want you there and that you are just inconveniencing them. And it's like, what else? Where else should I go? Do you want me to go somewhere else?
And then they asked me if I wanted a drink, and I said, I would love red wine. I never got it.
And they get so pissed when you do that, when it's like, or I'll see them serving everyone else a drink.
Yep.
And then I'm like, oh, can I have a glass of champagne? And they're like, okay.
The lady next to me, her person asked if she wanted a drink, and she said, I would love champagne. And I thought that would spark their memory of, oh, we said we were going to get this one, some red wine. And no, they never did.
You probably dodged a bullet, because I don't know if you've ever had red wine
Yeah,
at a nail
it's never
salon.
good.
It's always so disgusting. And I have like, maybe my threshold for wine has just like improved as I gotten older. But like, I used to drink Franzia. But it is literal dog shit wine.
Yeah, it typically is.
And not to be a bougie little bitch, but like the champagne is usually a little bit more tolerable.
All right.
And also they're like literally serving up margaritas to people at my nail salon. And I'm sorry to inconvenience you asking you for a glass of champagne that
And
you're
also,
serving to everyone else.
I couldn't be easier. I always have my color picked out. I never ask them. I never say, you know what? That's not exactly what I was looking for. Can we do some? Never. If I don't like it, whatever. In 2 weeks, I can get a new color.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I hate my color. And I just sit there and I stew. Right after I get my color, I always just sit there and look at them, and I'm like, This is really not it. This truly is not the color I wanted. Mine was like a lighter neon green that was going to be so beautiful. And then she put this, whatever this is, on my hands. And now I'm stuck in misery because also with dip, it's not like gel. It's like a little bit more permanent. It's a part of your body now.
Exactly.
It is one. Me and this are one.
The only thing that really stresses me out afterwards is they always leave a couple of my nails a little jaggedy.
Oh, I love chewing on those.
No, because I will break it off. So I have to come home and get my little nail file and make sure it's all smooth. Anyways, we're fine now.
But nails could not be more of a stressful situation. And then my salon has 5 million colors. So I go in with a plan every time. And then I get there and it's like finding a red that is a good red. Like I want like a Ferrari red.
Like this.
That's like a little bit deeper of a red. It's like candy apple.
Candy apple.
But like I'll show them like the exact picture of a red I want. And they're like, I don't know. And it's like, can you help? You work here. You should know these colors better than me. And like, don't you want to move this fuck on too?
Yeah.
You don't think you could find that color?
I'm trying, but like I could, isn't it their fucking job to help like facilitate a service?
Well, the thing that was a little aggressive, by the way.
Yeah. What do you mean?
That was just a little aggressive. The only thing that bothers me with the colors is at my place, the dip colors are right next to the gel colors. And sometimes people don't put them back in the right spot. So I'll be looking at colors and no one says anything. And then
you go through all the pain
and then she'll come over here and she'll say, oh, those aren't yours, and she'll move it back to the right spot. And I'm like,
and like dip is a little riskier because it doesn't turn out exactly the color. It's truly just like a torturous experience all around. And like, I don't know why I do this to myself every few weeks.
honestly, I'm glad that I do.
Okay. Well, that's positive. What's up with you guys? What?
Well, Bailey, what about you? Haven't heard from you.
Oh my God. I don't get my nails done. I do have a gift certificate I need to cash in soon. That's really exciting, but I'm waiting for the right time because it's probably going to be like my one time this year that I'm going to get my nails done.
Yeah.
So I'm timing that out.
That's nice.
Gosh. Oh gosh, I feel so caught off guard.
It's almost like we don't do this every week.
I know. It's almost like you don't ask me the same question every time we record.
Well, I have a couple things to say. Okay. First and foremost, we should just address the Taylor Swift of it all.
Duh. Why have we not? I can't believe we haven't talked about this.
I mean, we just started.
Oh, yeah.
I was waiting. So that was something that happened to me this weekend.
It was shocking.
It was shocking. The day of, I first didn't believe it. Smacky sent me a DM and I was like, nah. And then you texted our group and I thought, uh-oh, that's a different
You were like, I don't
outlet.
believe it. And I said, it's E-News.
Yeah.
E-News doesn't just like do shit like that because they would never want to piss Taylor off.
I know.
And then that's when you started like processing.
I just started seeing it everywhere. And I said, uh-oh, there might be something here.
Yeah.
And then I was sad for a day or two until she was seen going out to dinner in New York with Jack Antonoff
At Via Carota.
And that's when I thought, you know what? We're okay because she's okay. Like this is okay. This is what she wanted. Literally what she wanted.
Yeah. It was very interesting. The timing, Saturday afternoon. I mean, it was like, I think it was like 6 p.m. That's like a very weird time to be dropping news. But I think it might have something to do with her being out and about in London
For the music video.
The music video, which I'm really excited about. I think the music video is going to be the announcement that we're getting Speak Now because
I think we're getting everything.
you think everything.
I think she's going to drop everything now.
Drop everything now. Meet me in the pouring rain. Kiss me on the sidewalk. Take away the pain. Okay,
That's really good.
That's what that album should be called. Sparks Fly. Like it's so weird. It's not called Sparks Fly
Or Enchanted.
or Enchanted. Like I literally don't even. I can't fathom that it is called Speak Now because I keep calling it Sparks Fly and Enchanted.
I know.
That's why I forget about that I don't forget about that album. It's just like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't compute. It's like, holy shit, there's a whole other album I don't know about.
Well, you have like really good names like Fearless, Red, 1989, and then Speak Now is just meh. It should be Enchanted.
If it was a better song, like, why would that be the song you choose to back? I don't get it.
You know, me either. Me either.
Yeah, but 1989 isn't a song.
Yeah, but that's just her birth year.
But
My
Speak
name is
Now
Taylor
a
Swift,
song.
and I was born in 1989.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very shocking.
Crazy.
The timing of it all, the announcement, she's so private that she could have just let this go. So I'm wondering when it actually did happen. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of speculation it happened like right before Dallas, which would kind of make sense because of the one being changed. Mm-hmm. It used to, she switched out Invisible String with the one. Mm-hmm. And we had, of course, like we could talk about this for days, but Jack Antonoff and Selena, two of her best friends, were at our show.
I know. She needed her best friends around.
And she sang Death by a Thousand Cuts. Saying goodbye is like Death by a Thousand Cuts.
Death by a Thousand Cuts. Yes. And I had something else to say that
Did I steal your thought?
forgot. That's okay.
Well, also, I don't know if you've been privy to this information, but we were talking about the marriage thing.
Oh, and also before I forget, now because of TikTok, I'm rethinking every meaning behind every Midnight song.
Yeah, well, the Swifties are insane. Like, they really dig deep, and they're like connecting all the dots. Roman, can you stop tap dancing on this floor? Like, I'm seriously, come on. Maybe we should. Why did we take the rug out of here?
Because why don't they?
Oh my god! I think we do need the rug.
Well, we typically have it. They peed on it, and I didn't have time to clean it beforehand.
Okay, that's a good like sound bouncer. Though.
I know they. I think because of the rain, they've been really bad boys.
They're always so bad.
The last 2 days, there's been pee-pees and poo-poos.
And that would drive me nuts. You guys both are too old to be pee-peeing and poo-pooing in the house. Like, Hank has not done a poo-poo or pee-pee in the house since he was like literally 12 weeks old.
Okay, but
All
the
right,
weird
give me
thing
one
is
of them.
now they've started to poo-poo on our tiny little patio outside.
All right, grab that one.
They're just... this is the PSA to anyone. I know Frenchies are so cute and they're such a little hot button dog to get, but these two are so much work. Like, Paige she has 3 jobs. She has her full-time job, she has the podcast, and she is a Frenchie mom. It is so much freaking work.
That's so
Facts.
sweet.
Every single day, every week, there is something going wrong with them. Like, Roman always has a skin issue. Like, he's all ashamed.
He's embarrassed.
Tiger is full of issues.
Tiger's a fucking menace. He has me in a chokehold.
And
I love him.
he smells like fish.
Yes.
He does. Like, fish is just oozing from his pores.
Which is just crazy because he doesn't eat fish.
And the thing about Tiger is that he is so food motivated that, like, he always wants to eat something.
Be careful with choose your words wisely.
What?
You said the F word.
Food motivated?
Yeah, don't keep
Oh,
saying the
right,
F
right.
word. Muskrat.
But then if he eats something bad, which I can feed Hank pretty much anything and he's fine, but Tiger has such a sensitive little tummy, but you can't take anything out of his mouth once it's in his mouth because he will bite you.
He'll bite you.
And Dad and other people.
Well, he won't bite me.
Well, yeah, but if you're not here, that's just my PSA on Frenchies. Just do your research, unlike somebody else.
Yeah, because I did not do my research. I just wanted a dog.
I was like, what's the easiest dog I could get? Golden Retriever. Besides all the hair and how big he is.
And his pubes.
The thing is,
He has a huge penis, though, I will say.
Roman was free. I adopted him because his mother didn't want him. But Tiger, I should have known because I went to purchase him. And
Because we don't adopt, we shop.
well, both.
Just be honest.
I do one and the other.
Yeah.
But as soon as I opened the car door, the guy's like, "You want a discount?"
We're trying to get rid of this one.
And he was so little and so cute. I was thinking, oh my goodness, this little angel, and I get a discount. This is amazing. It kind of makes sense.
Right.
But I wouldn't change him for the world.
Yeah. But back to Taylor and Joe. I hope Taylor's doing okay. She looks like amazing.
You were talking about marriage.
Oh, the marriage thing. I don't believe that they were married
I
anymore.
really was convinced that they were, but now I'm not.
Yeah. And you were talking about TikTok too, and there's all these theories of how they kind of have gone through rough patches. And it makes so much sense. It's written in like all these songs about how she kind of just tried to blow up the relationship a little bit.
Well, and the two song theories that I found really interesting, Lavender Haze, how she always talks about like loving him was red, but then we know that she always talks about Joe, is blue, right? Like everything she talks when she's talking about, it's like I've never seen that color blue, like, whatever. And then red and blue makes purple, and there was like how it was like immediate, like it wasn't as fiery as the like red type of love, but it was like a really comfortable because of maybe like the quarantine, like they were able to like have this lavender haze of it worked for them at the time because that just kind of was, the world was, shut down, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Well, because she went from her own little private lockdown in her Reputation era to pandemic. But I mean, she had the lockdown, then she toured with Reputation, then she wrote Lover.
Yeah, but I guess the thing is, I don't know how people know these things, but someone said that he wasn't there on the whole Reputation tour. So I could see if there was...
Well, that's when they said that she thought that he was like talking to his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just interesting. And then Glitch also is a different than we thought. Anyways, we can stop talking about it, but...
I know this is not a Taylor Swift podcast or a Vanderpump Rules podcast, but
speaking of,
I have something to say. Did you guys see Tom Sandoval on Howie Mandel?
So I know. Paige was just telling me about it.
I saw all the main clips.
So do you know who Howie Mandel is?
Yes.
Remember
Yes.
Bobby's World?
No.
Oh, Bobby's World was this cartoon on Fox when we were growing up.
Wait.
When he was like on the tricycle.
He did Bobby's World?
Yeah, he's the creator of Bobby's World.
What?
He was like the dad's voice. I think Bobby was supposed to be him, and then like he was the dad. I don't remember. Anyways.
Wow, I do remember that.
And isn't he like a huge germaphobe?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, is this not the Deal or No Deal guy?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
how
it is.
how I know.
Yeah. So, and he's like a comedian, but he was, so Tom Sandoval, for everyone listening, Vanderpump Rules guy, he's the guy who cheated on Ariana, and that's why we have Scandoval. And he went on Howie Mandel's podcast, he does that with his daughter. And the daughter knows everything about Vanderpump Rules. Howie Mandel knows nothing. And it was a horrible interview.
I just don't understand why he would choose that podcast if he's going to go on a podcast. Like, why not just not go on a podcast?
Exactly. But so there is a connection there. They have a close mutual friend. And they talked about that. I think it's like the drummer's wife is like a close mutual friend or something.
The drummer that he like pays to be in his band.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what did you just say? Oh yeah, why this podcast?
Yeah.
Why now?
Yeah.
So it is like, why this podcast? Why now? Especially, it's kind of starting to die down a bit. Why are you igniting it back up?
Exactly.
Well, I think that they're all wanting it to keep being.
No.
Yeah,
I
but
think
it can only the fire is only going to burn as long as it's being ignited, right?
Yeah.
So everything's always going to die down unless weeks later you're like, you know what? Now's the time I should go on.
Well, and that is
podcast.
Tom Sandoval, because he's narcissistic. And he said in the interview, he said, I am just so mad that all these people are going on their own podcast talking about this, profiting off
disgusting.
Ariana. Yeah, and you could just tell he is just wanting to get his word in. This is how Vanderpump Rules people work. I think the guys aren't as smart as the women. Like the women see an opportunity now, and I think the men are like usually a little opportunistic, and they don't think strategically, or else he would have chose a different podcast.
They just don't think long term.
Exactly. Like, why are you're giving the first interview rights to Howie Mandel, who doesn't watch your show and has no idea what you're talking about. And even in the interview, Howie Mandel's not asking him like legit questions. He's literally like, who's Sheena? And his daughter was like, at one point, Howie's like, okay, here's what I see happen. He like lays it all out. He's like, I don't see what's so bad about it. And his daughter is like,
you just have to know what they have been through for 10 years.
Well, yeah, because Tom Sandoval's here saying, well, Ariana was depressed and I wasn't happy for a while. And then Raquel brought life into me. And he doesn't understand what a trope he sounds like when he's saying all this stuff. Like, oh, we weren't having sex. And then I begged her to go to couples therapy. And then she started getting better. She was like actually the best version of herself in therapy. And it's like, oh, wow, therapy was working for her. Then he said something that was also really irritating. This version of Ariana is the best version. Whoever gets this version of Ariana is so lucky.
off.
Oh my
fuck
God.
you
Don't
piece of shit.
Dare say that you played a hand in making Ariana like a better person. That's
I think it was more just like the other Ariana sucks, but this version of her is really good.
I
like
don't
this,
like that.
Yeah, it was, the whole thing was just so icky. And then he also said things like, yeah, I tried ending it with her so many times and she threatened to like just
end it, or like,
End her life.
yeah.
yeah, trigger warning. Yeah, she threatened all this stuff because I think she thought that there was a chance.
Well, and it's also like, what's the, why
are you saying that?
Why are you saying that? Because one, so if that's true, we know that Ariana is like a little like, you know, depressed girly, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, one, that's not necessarily surprising. It's just really sad that you're putting that out there. And two,
Yeah.
what the fuck does it change for you? It
Exactly.
just literally makes you look worse.
It makes you look so much worse because they also had a therapist involved. Why didn't you just use the therapist to help come up with a breakup plan instead of just pushing this down the road? He kept saying, so another thing, they were asking him, first of all, he didn't answer a damn question. He is the worst interviewer. Interviewee, him and Tom Schwartz cannot answer a fucking question to save their lives. It is terrible. I don't know if they have PR. I don't know if they can afford it anymore.
No, they probably do. And their PR is probably like, don't answer
do
any
this.
questions.
And then I think Tom Sandoval thinks he's smarter than the PR. Wait, what was I just saying about?
He's a bad interviewee.
No, before that.
Oh, you lost me.
I don't know. Anyways, it was really terrible. He looked even worse, I think. And another thing he said was, he's like, there's two things that happened here. There was an ending of a relationship and an affair. And he's like, I think our friends and Ariana are the most upset about the ending of the relationship.
Well, here's the thing that pissed me off. Miss Lippy, here's the part that I didn't like, is he was saying, well, I tried to break it off with her like 2 weeks before it ended. No. 2 weeks before she found out. Because she only found out because she saw that on your phone.
Well, so I guess technically he broke up with her on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, which was 2 weeks before the phone thing, right?
Maybe.
But that doesn't excuse the affair that had been going on forever.
Well, he thinks that like, because he's like, well, nobody knows that we broke up, but that doesn't matter because you made out with her and then you had this emotional affair and then you were legitimately taking her to St. Louis for.
Well, because it also would have been different if the breakup on Valentine's Day was, hey, you know what? Not only is this not working for us, sorry about that. I should also just come clean real quick and let you know about this other secret.
Yeah.
That would be a very different story. So I don't really know what he, like, it sounds like he thinks that he was trying to do something like right. You were still very, very wrong.
And Howie Mandel was like, why did you choose Valentine's Day? And he said, we don't even really go out on Valentine's Day because we don't want to be shoved in a corner by a bathroom. And meaning how restaurants kind of just shove tables into like really like small, you know, because it's overcrowded on Valentine's Day. Okay, whatever. That doesn't excuse that like it's really weird to break up on Valentine's Day no matter what. And he was like, well, what do you want? Like, what do you expect? Like the day after Valentine's Day? It's like, how about just not Valentine's Day?
Yeah, because Valentine's Day is the actual one day a year that, whether you like it or not, everyone at least thinks about relationships.
This is
love.
another good thing that Howie Mandel's daughter said. She was like, well, and how would this have gone an ideal world, like how would you have broken up? He's like, I really don't think there's any good way this could have gone.
Oh,
What do you
he
mean?
has no, like, reflection?
No.
Oh, no.
He's truly a narcissist.
Because what Schwartz was saying was, like, Sandoval was telling him that there's a plan. I'm going to do this right. It's
Yeah.
going to be okay.
He
And Schwartz is
couldn't
like, okay, I believe you.
He couldn't communicate a plan.
No, he doesn't have a plan.
He never had a plan. It was really, really stupid. He's an idiot and he's a narcissist.
Yeah.
And I think Ariana's in her thriving era. She's going on Dancing with the Stars now. Good for her.
No way. Good for her.
I have 2 more TV things to say. I don't think you know this one. Do you know that Kim Kardashian's going to be in the upcoming American Horror Story?
Yes,
Oh,
with Emma
no.
Roberts.
Yeah.
And it's called Delicate, which I was so confused at first when I saw it.
I thought it was some weird, I didn't think it was an actual American Horror Story thing. I thought it was some weird like collab.
Well, it also didn't look very professional. Like it looked like a fan edit.
Maybe it was
but-
supposed to. Maybe it's about, because does Kim play herself?
I don't know, but American Horror Story, before early on, they do something kind of like that where it's just this really random, like they don't give much of anything. And then as it gets closer and closer, they start revealing more and more about the upcoming season. But I was not expecting to see that on Kim's
I saw it on
feed.
Kris Jenner's feed first. I was so confused because Delicate is obviously the name of one of Taylor Swift's songs. And I just had seen that Emma Roberts was at the Taylor Swift show. So I was
So
like,
you were just really confused.
I was so confused. I'm like, wait, Delicate? Is this like going to be a new music video? Or I don't know.
I thought that was shocking. Very interesting. I love American Horror Story. I watch every season. So I'm very... And Lady
It
Gaga.
always
They
goes
had
a
Lady
little
Gaga.
long for me. It's like, why do
Yeah.
we need 30 episodes?
I don't think we get 30. I wish.
I think it's like 20.
No, I think it's like 12.
Oh, okay. Well, it feels like forever.
But there's been a lot of
That's
seasons.
how
And
Vanderpump felt, where it was like, oh,
Yeah.
sheesh, I really can't get into that. There's 24 episodes. It was fine.
the last TV thing I wanted to say is man, oh man, Love is Blind season
LIB.
4. I am bummed that we're recording this on a Tuesday because the finale, like the weddings, the reunion, all of that comes out on Friday. So by the time this comes out, we'll know everything. But what a train wreck.
It's such a train wreck. And I was dying at Micah's friends. I finally watched that episode. How embarrassing. I would be so embarrassed. They were wasted.
Trash. It was just so... They were being so mean.
For why?
And for why?
Like, what is he doing? He did nothing. He was just quiet and kind of nerdy. And maybe Micah needs that.
And all he said when he finally spoke up, which I was very proud of him because I don't know that I would, he said, what? Like, I don't care what she thinks.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, you're
And-
my priority.
And then that was an issue. You don't care what she thinks. You should care what she thinks because she has single-handedly been responsible for breaking up several of her relationships. Why is that an accomplishment?
That's immature.
That's awful.
Yeah, I think I was into it, and then I just kind of, it was hard for me to get through the episodes. I really like my drama, like fast and dirty, like Vanderpump Rules.
I just really...
And I can't stand watching Tiffany and Brett, like they're too like good together. Like I want to
them.
fast forward through their scenes. I'm like, okay, you guys are like happy, like cool.
There's
Check.
always something good that
You're
happens.
psychotic. I like them. I'm just really excited to see what goes down with Jackie and Marshall because she's also a meanie.
Yeah, she's toxic. But he is kind of Sandoval-esque vibes where he is also like really fanning the flames and he actually is pouring gasoline on the fire of her.
I'm going to say, I agree with you that he's fanning the fire. However, he didn't deserve, Sandoval puts himself in these situations.
True.
Marshall did not.
Yeah.
He was just a nice guy and then he got fucked over and now he's just milking it. And
Yeah.
why not? You know, why not?
Why not?
Okay. Anything
Well.
else, guys?
No, I only watched the beginning of Love is Blind with you. and now I'm intrigued. I think that I should watch the rest of it.
I agree. So I had something very interesting happened this weekend. I was on my little phone and I was like opening up to make a TikTok. I look at my face and then I see my ex's name pop up and text me.
Wait,
You didn't know this?
I thought you were going to tell a different story. I am on the edge of my seat. Tell me everything.
I know. It was my ex, the one that
Colorado.
I moved to Colorado. And he texted me out of fucking nowhere. Like, they truly always come back. And I was in complete shock that he had the balls, because the last time he texted me was in August, and he said something like, I'm listening to this Fleetwood Mac song on the way to work. And then I didn't respond because I know he's trying to like get an emotion out of me and like drop emotion. And then he texted me this, so it's been over 6 months. And he said, do you think you'll ever talk to me again? The balls on this guy, the absolute audacity to ask me that, when I'm like, first of all, you ended it with me, and then second of all, my dumb ass, you tried to come back and get in my life texting at the beginning of last year, like maybe January, and I said, okay, you can't just text me and have me like on your little texting rotation without calling me and having a conversation. And you said, okay, well, I'll have to figure out a time I can do that. Like, why is it so hard for you to call somebody on the phone? That was always his thing with me, was like, I hate talking on the phone. I hate talking. Like, literally the bar was in hell with this guy. Like, oh my God, he texted me. That was like
Sheesh.
And so the fact that he said, do you think you'll ever talk to me again? I wanted to be like, you didn't even talk to me when we were together. Why would I talk to you now? But I did not respond.
Good.
My Aries moon was just rearing up, and I was like, I want to fucking tell this guy off, because it wasn't even just like, hey, thinking of you or something like that. Like, or anything. It was like, do you think you'll ever talk to me again? I'm the victim here. This poor baby.
Flabbergasted.
Isn't it so crazy?
It's kind of like nagging a little bit, like, when are you gonna be ready to talk to me again? Like,
No, I was talking to Shayna about it, and it's like, it's victim-y. It's a definite victim. Like, when do you think you'll ever talk to me again?
I just think it's so insulting that he thinks that one text message is gonna get a response from you.
And it's like, it just goes to show that men like this do not change. There's been no change in him, because and not that I care, because like, I'm so happy with Mr. Roberts, and I told Mr. Roberts this, and I like talked it out with him, and he's just like wonderful, like, you know, cannot be more supportive. And it's not even like it's bringing up any any type of feeling or anything. I'm just so annoyed that he feels so entitled. Like, it's been over a year since we've talked to each other, and you just think that like, I'm the one. Like, do you think you'll ever talk to me again? Why don't you start out with like an apology? And even then, I wouldn't talk to him though. So it's like,
but it's just like so one track. It's like a little formula in his head that he doesn't even know he's creating.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, it's been a while. I bet this is gonna get it's like not even like
She'll probably
he
respond
didn't
now.
think that far through, but it's like, okay, I do this, they do that. Like,
Yeah.
this is on, like, it's just so simple. He's a very simple man.
it's so sad, and it's why he is so old and so single. Like, he's truly never had like a solid, stable relationship, and I bet that is very scary for somebody.
It is really sad, and like, I guess we're wishing him well, but like,
Not really.
he has the
I don't think I
tools.
am.
Like,
I'm not. I'm wishing him nothing.
Yeah.
I don't think about him ever.
I forgot that he existed.
I truly forgot that he existed. And when I wish you guys could have seen, because you know, when you like, I swiped away to look at it because he doesn't even have an iPhone. He has a fucking like Android or something. So I was like, there's no, like, I don't care if he's, even then I would love to see that he would like, because my read receipts are on. So yeah, I just don't care. But then I went back to my TikTok and it was kind of like frozen on my face. And it was like,
Wow.
That's crazy.
I know. I just want to like,
Whoa.
you know what? The best revenge here, and this is for the sisters, the best revenge is living well. And that is truly the thing that will help you in any situation. It's not.
Karma is your boyfriend.
Karma is my boyfriend. My boyfriend is karma for me dealing with these fucking idiots.
Karma is your boyfriend. Karma is your podcast.
Anyways, this person fucking sucks. And I wish him nothing. And, you know,
Wow.
karma is my boyfriend.
Cheers to Mr. Roberts.
Cheers.
Mr. Karma Roberts.
So
Karma.
we should start getting into the topic of today.
Embarrassing things.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I was fully planning on telling my embarrassing story.
Are you not going to?
I kind of think I'm not going to.
Why?
Because once I say, I've never,
Is it the time
okay.
you
No.
poo-pooed your pants?
Well, that's
no.
the story.
Oh, okay, I'll tell that one.
Well, I was gonna tell mine that it's not embarrassing that
Why
it
are you going
happened.
to tease the sisters?
Well, because you know what? We're not getting any money from the sisters, so they don't deserve my most embarrassing thing because it has never been said. It has not been said.
do I know it?
It has
Yes, because I
been
yelled
said.
at you. It's been said to my family and my closest friends. And then one time I had to yell it at a party. Well, I didn't yell it. Someone else yelled it. And
Okay, well, this is a little teaser. Maybe one day Paige will tell you.
I just need to know that we just need to have enough sisters, a sister army backing us up that no matter what I say, it was just so
Paige
embarrassing.
wants to monetize her pain.
I want to monetize my pain. But I
Yeah.
do have another embarrassing story.
Okay.
It's just, I don't think it's that embarrassing because, you know, and trigger warning, it is a poopy story. It is just wild. Okay. I was in Houston. I decided to get Taco Bell. Oh my God, it always starts with Taco Bell.
Why? It's like going on a road trip. You always want like Taco Bell or McDonald's, and it's like what
What do you expect your body to do?
Yeah, there's not like a less opportune moment to get.
Diarrhea.
Yeah.
So the problem was I got the Taco Bell right when I was leaving Houston.
Do
and
you remember your order? Oh, of course.
Well,
Two
I
again and
get the
choose.
same. Yeah, I
Same
get the
since she
same
was 8
thing.
years old.
What I thought was going to happen, because the stretch from Houston to Austin, there's a couple Buc-ee's that you pass, and
And as we know, that is your preferred.
that is my
place
preferred
of
bathroom.
poo-poos.
But I think it's the second Buc-ee's. If you don't stop there, then there's a pretty good stretch of road that doesn't even have a gas station.
Yeah.
Okay. So I expected my stop to be at that second Buc-ee's. Everything was going to be
And
good.
you thought
And
you were in the clear.
and my stomach wasn't even hurting. I was like, oh my gosh, I am so lucky. Let's just keep going because it's only a 2.5 hour drive. So I'm just going, and then it hits, and to this day, I've never experienced anything that I experienced that day.
Really?
Never.
Were you by yourself?
I was by myself in my car.
Thank God.
And I'm talking nothing except ranches, like
Nothing
these-
except for you and God's country.
these gates leading up to people's ranches. And I look, the nearest gas station is, I think it was 8 miles away.
Oh my God.
And
I'm triggered.
at this point, I had two choices. It was going to happen within the next 30 seconds to a minute. I was either going to relieve myself in my car.
Lay down.
Get on your beanbag.
Get in your beanbag. Get in your beanbag. Go lay down. Okay, keep going.
I was either going to relieve myself in my car or I was going to do this on the side of the road. And I take my chances with the side of the road because it wasn't very busy. It's not like it's a busy highway or anything. So I pull over, and what I decide to do is, pull up close to the opening of this fence, right? That's leading into this ranch, because the actual ranch itself is really far, like no one's there, just like really far away. So I park. The way I position myself is my driver's side is on the same side as the highway. So I go around to the passenger side. I open the door and kind of like prop myself down to where I'm like squatting, and I do the thing that I need to do. And I feel like the scene in Bridesmaids where she's just like shitting in the street. And I'm just shitting on the side of the road. And then I look over as I'm like starting to feel some relief. I look up and there's cameras on the outside of this fence for this ranch. And I'm just looking at it like, you know what? I hope they don't press charges, and I hope that they just see this video. If they see the video,
Ew.
they're like, this is so embarrassing for her. It's something that they laugh at. But then the problem is, because I went to Taco Bell, and Taco Bell has the worst napkins.
Oh my God, the worst.
And they gave me one dinky little paper napkin, and that's what I had to use to try to clean myself. So I used that, and then I grabbed my bag, grabbed my makeup wipes, and I'm wiping myself with makeup wipes.
That's good.
It was
This is a survival situation. This
And
is
then
not plan A, obviously. Makeup wipes are great.
and then I pulled my britches up, went 8 miles.
fresh?
Well, I went 8 miles to the gas station. I pulled over and I really cleaned everything out, changed my underwear, my leggings, everything, just to make sure nothing was,
Yeah, because
There's got to be some splatter, some debris.
And then I called mom and dad. The first thing I did was call mom and dad. I said, you would not believe what I just did. I had to poop on the side of the road. And the first thing dad says is, that's why I told you to keep paper towels in your car.
ew, that's disgusting.
And it's like, now I do keep paper towels in my car.
Ew,
I haven't needed
freaks.
I haven't needed them since. Anyways, that's pretty embarrassing.
I think
Yeah.
the most embarrassing thing I've ever done is just like my dating life.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Yeah, the other
Not
day,
anymore though.
not anymore. I was telling, I think I was talking to Paige, and I was like, Mr. Roberts is the best guy I've ever dated. But I was like, actually, that's kind of like not even it doesn't explain how
It's
good
like
of a person he is.
Not fair to say to Mr. Roberts.
Right.
Like,
It's like, no, Mr. Roberts is just, this dog is just like an excellent person. The best guy I've ever dated, that goes without saying.
yeah,
I agree.
That's like only ever having eaten like spinach and then saying, wow, steak's the best thing I've ever eaten. It's like,
Yeah.
well, no shit. Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
Exactly. So should we get into listener emails of their embarrassing stories?
This is titled Embarrassing Story.
Amazing title. So creative.
Hi, girlies.
Hello.
Here's a story for the Mortifying Moments episode coming up. Back when I was 19, back when I was 19, I was extremely infatuated with this guy. We'll call him Trevor. We met through a mutual friend named Beth. We were going on dates, had a few classes together, and we were hooking up. I was having a great time. No, this was only the second guy I had ever had sex with, the first being a long-term boyfriend where we were each other's first anything. This to say, I had very little experience. I thought things were going pretty well and that we were both enjoying what we had going on. This was until I was talking to Beth about me catching proper feelings for Trevor, only to learn that Trevor had recently described our hookups to Beth. He described having sex with me to fucking a dead fish. I stopped seeing Trevor after hearing this because I was mortified and definitely worked on becoming more comfortable in the bedroom. There's nothing more embarrassing than knowing someone thinks you suck in the bedroom and has also told other people that they think so.
What a loser.
I know.
What's this guy's name? Trevor?
Yeah.
Trevor would
Trevor
do that.
Gorski?
No, Trevor Gorski would never.
Wait, I think that this is totally says more about Trevor than it does about her.
Absolutely. That's why I'm saying he's a loser.
Yeah, I mean, they must have been in high school. You shouldn't be like a sex goddess in high school. Like, what do you do? You should not be that advanced. And the most attractive quality in people are people who can communicate. Oh, this is what I like. Oh, do this. Like,
Yeah, but putting yourself in her shoes, that is so embarrassing.
It's embarrassing,
that
but-
he was talking about you with somebody else.
100%. That's like everyone's worst fear, especially at that age, because you're like, is what I have looking like what everyone else has?
Yeah.
Like, am I doing like you don't have any point of reference?
Well, and because it's not like it felt good for her, so she
Yeah.
doesn't even know what anything's supposed to be like. She's like,
Exactly.
exactly.
She's like, this is sex, right?
Well,
Like,
and that's when this is what you do, ladies. If especially because I know we have some younger listeners, just get back at these guys because they're not in control. You're in control. So you should just start a rumor. If they start a rumor about you, be like, yeah, I literally didn't feel it. It was so small.
or yeah, she's like, what? Why do you think I didn't react?
But I wasn't reacting. I was waiting for him to put it in because it was just the smallest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
So sorry, Trevor. Sucks to be you. We should start a rumor.
Let's not just
Let's
start.
bring back Juicy Campus.
Let's not start rumors.
I think we should.
Okay.
For Trevor.
Yeah. I just remember in high school, guys being like, maybe this is different for you guys, but it'd be like, how many guys have you made out with? And it's like, I don't know, 3. It's like 0. I don't know. Like, but then it's like, okay, well then they're not like, you have to pretend like you have all this experience and that you know what you're doing. And it's like, it actually is a lie. I did lie about like making out with someone because it was scary to just be like asked, and I don't know. Then it's like, oh, well, I guess you're a prude. You're in 8th grade and you haven't made out with people.
And also, like, normalize being a prude. I was the biggest prude ever, and I was so nervous about it. Like, oh, it's so bad that I'm a prude. No, a lot of my friends were just whores.
Well, and I
truly, and I know we're not allowed to say whores, but like they kind of were. Like they were just like promiscuous.
yeah, promiscuous is normal. That's a
But-
positive word.
But also, own your sexuality, do you. But I think that normalize being a prude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you gonna? No.
And being prude is cool. Like you should not be feeling like you need to give yourself to these fucking loser little
And you're
boys.
you're not losing anything about you if you're giving yourself to
Thank
someone.
God we have
That's
you
like-
guys to like be the woke police.
Well, it's just like you're just figuring things about. You're like discovering yourself. You're not giving anything away.
Well, yeah, but
if
if
you
you're
guys
not-
are both if whoever you're having a sexual relationship with, you guys are both figuring it out as you go. And if some guy is going to try to make you feel bad about it,
Make him
fuck that
feel
guy.
worse.
I mean, or just know that that guy's a loser.
And tell all your friends how small his little pecker is.
Well, we don't need to shame.
Yeah, we don't need to.
I'm trying to get.
Well, just do the listener emails. Leave him alone.
Okay.
Tiger, come here.
He says, I don't like the way you hold me. You don't hold me with love.
I don't like holding you.
Okay. This is like a little mix of being embarrassed and also like an in-law story. So
Hell
it's
yeah.
good. All right. See, you want me to ignore him? I said embarrass him.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Your poor, embarrassing first family vacation. Hey, sisters. I have quite the embarrassing story from my first family trip. More so secondhand embarrassment, but still. I had been dating this guy for about 8 months when his amazing family invited me on their vacation. I loved this man's family. They were always super welcoming and kind towards me, so I felt ready for this trip. Or so she thought. That was just my own addition. For some background info, I was dating Joe, fake name, and Joe Sr. was a game warden. What's a game warden?
Bailey.
They're like in charge of
The game,
but they're also like law officials.
as in like a game,
Like hunting?
hunting moose and
Like deer.
Yeah.
Okay, so this family was big into camping. They all had their own fancy campers and went out all the time. For this specific trip, we planned to go to a big lake in South Dakota. Well, due to weather, Joe Sr. decided to instead stay in Nebraska and camp on the river. No problem, right? Wrong. This was the end of the fucking world for Joe. Joe was so pissed that we would not be going to South Dakota, and he made it everyone else's problem. He didn't talk to me, his mother, his father, or his sister and brother-in-law the entire first day of the trip. Jesus
What a little
Christ,
baby.
grow up, Joe. He was a complete dick and kept to himself, leaving me with his family, who are all a good 10 years older than me, at least. The second day we went boating. Fun night. Well, as you recall, Joe Sr. is a hotshot game warden. During this trip, I'm a minor. He offers me and Joe, both underage, a drink. I assume this is a test, but Joe starts going crazy. Joe sounds toxic.
Yeah.
The stress of not talking to his family or girlfriend must have really pushed him. We had been dating 8 months and he didn't usually drink, to my knowledge. So now I'm awkwardly sipping a seltzer, scared that Joe Sr. could literally arrest me, while Joe Jr. is drinking Tito's like water. Not even 20 minutes later, Joe projectile vomits off the side of the boat. I was mortified to say the least, and we broke up a couple months later. Damn. I will always miss that family, but not that boy. Joe Jr. sounds like a problem.
Yeah. Joe Allen, is this a
Wait, is this Taylor?
Why don't we just call Taylor up?
We should just call Taylor up.
Yeah. Are you gonna grab him?
I know. What the heck?
That's why she was
That's
reading
why I was
the
reading
story.
the entire time.
Okay.
She always acts so surprised when we like say, she's like, oh, what?
Okay, first of all, that's annoying. Second of all, you said to ignore him.
I know,
He's
but
a
then
fucking menace.
I took the phone to read, and then that was on you to get the dog.
He's extra frisky tonight.
I'm really sorry that Joe Jr. is such a... You know who I think she was
Honestly-
talking about? Joe Judice.
Well, here's the thing. Glad he's not in your life.
I know you dodged a huge bullet. Think about like the alcoholism that you'd have to be dealing with.
Or he was just super immature, and sometimes guys like that, when they're that immature, that young, it takes a long time for
And
them to figure that
also
out.
super sus that Joe Sr. is like this official, and yet he's like letting minors drink.
Well,
It like a little bit gives like Murdoch-y vibes of like, well, I'm gonna enforce
Yeah.
the law when it's convenient.
But also, it's
Exactly.
like, if you're gonna do it, I'd rather you do it in the house.
Yeah.
So, guys, how about for next week, you can just write in, let's have a catch-up episode. So you can just write in with any questions you have for any of us. I know someone was dying to know about if you have how your marathon journey's going. You can
Oh,
catch
I
us
can't
up on
wait to
that.
update everyone on that.
Ask us for advice, ask us questions about ourselves, whatever you want. Honestly, whatever you want, we'll just do a little catch up. And we'll see how that goes. I can't wait.
Me too.
Ask me the burning questions, except what my embarrassing story is, because, like, guys, I am not ready yet.
All right.
The internet is forever.
Get us a sponsor.
Get us a sponsor, and get us a sponsor, and I'll do it.
There you go. That's fair.
Okay, that's fair.
All right.
And then don't forget to tell your sisters, and please review and follow us on everything. Bye. Bye.